Hello everyone! Welcome to Forever Productive Ecology. This is a garden section of Forever Productive Ecology. I'm going to give you a tour again of the spring food forest. Today is June 8th, 2013, and we're going to check out what has changed and what's happened and what's been new. Some things that I've done this year is done a lot with herbs. This is a stevia plant. That's the sugar leaf. It's supposed to be around 20 to 30 times sweeter than sugar. We have several water barrels here that we use very often for different procedures. Definitely keeping moisture around and alive. Some plants which work extremely good for salves are these plants. They're reseeding annual. They're called jewel weed. Okay? And don't let the name fool you. They are not a weed. They're a very valuable plant, and I enjoy them quite a lot. There's some wild ginger and of course bloodroot there. I have some snow trillium right over there next to the flag. We'll go into it close. That's snow trillium. And this year I've done a couple raised beds. We have this raised bed up here and then one down in the food forest section. This one's in a shaded protected area. So we're trying to make sure that we get it protected as they're growing, keep the cuttings moist. I'm doing hardwood cuttings this year. Right here is a nice black currant. I found that not too long ago. I've been trying to get it up and growing, so it's working out well. Over here, I have a patch of tiger lilies, and those are the lilies that get the bulbules, okay, bulblets, growing off of their lateral buds. So right in the edge of their lateral buds, they get bulblets. And those bulblets are edible. They're an aerial root, so they should be very good when I get enough of them growing. I purchased a lot from four different vendors this year. I got these Korean maples from eBay. Actually, you can search them and get them off of eBay. I also got a lot of stuff from Direct Gardening. They are excellent. I'm backing them. Another one that I got stuff from is Oikos Tree Crops. They're excellent. Coldstream Farm is also excellent. And another one, let's see here. Let me make sure I listed them off. So first off, eBay. Secondly, Coldstream Farm. Thirdly, Oikos Tree Crops. And fourth, Direct Gardening. That's all of them. Alright, now we're on our way to the food forest. And we'll see what other things we can find on our way. Of course, we have dandelions here. Those are a tasty treat. Another one that I enjoy eating as a wild edible would be sheep sorrel. Sheep sorrel is excellent. It tastes quite good. I'm making a trench for just hose irrigation here so that we can mow through some of the areas where we would have irrigation otherwise. So, long way off. The food forest this year. This spring it's just all new, changing up so much. Progressing forward. Right away I'm going to show you some of the earthworks I've been working on. First off, I am creating a passive geo-solar hoop house in which I intend to grow plants hopefully up to zone 8 even. So, we're going to try and work on that, and currently I've been digging it out. Here's one stake of it here, going over there. There's the other stake for the corner. And then I have about a quarter of it dug out, a little over a quarter. Last year, I showed you these perennial onions, the perennial prairie onions. On the other side here, going down, I have a lot of Ohio spiderwort. It's an excellent plant. If you pick it, it has a very fine liquid that comes out of it, very similar to okra. And if you cut it up and cook it, like stir fry it or skillet, it's supposedly supposed to have a taste very similar to that of green beans. Oh, look at here. Right there goes a tiger beetle. Right here I planted a lot of legumes, a lot of pioneer legumes, chickpeas, cowpeas, whole soup mixes, I got those from the grocery store, so I'm very hopeful that they'll come up. Silver maples definitely are looking good this year. The other Korean maple I got, I planted right here. He's not looking so good. Right over here, this is a Russian almond. They're supposedly supposed to be hardy to zone 2. I got it early in spring, and it already had green leaves on it. And so it's been kind of struggling with the frost, but it's been doing good otherwise. If you look online, I've been working a lot with biochar. Fast and Furious biochar is on my website, FPEcology. The trees are doing good this year. Have a lot of pin cherries. Right here is a pagoda dogwood, also called alternate leaf dogwood. Right here I have a dogwood which is the red twig dogwood, and that one is a very good variety. I've eaten several asparagus substitutes as milkweed this year, and they have been delicious. And the best way to take care of those is to cook them, and you get a pot of very boiling water, and you cook them for probably about 2 minutes in that boiling water, fully submerged. And it has to be very boiling. This is the sugar maple. This is one of the juglans. It's a black walnut. Right here I have a whole bunch of chives, beds, garlic chives. They're getting moving. This here is creeping raspberry. I just got this weekend. So I just got it this weekend, and hopefully it does some really good stuff. The green ash tree, elm tree. I love elm trees as dynamic accumulators of mulch, other things, chop and drop. Right here is dogbane. Dogbane is an excellent fiber plant for creating bast fibers such as rope and other things. Right here is a ash. It's a mountain ash. I don't know if it's a European variety, it volunteered itself, or the Native American variety, I don't care. This is variegated lemon thyme, has an excellent smell and a hot, sweet flavor. It's very good. More green ash, more green ash, more green ash. American basswood, really working on growing that up. Favorite pioneers are definitely these crabapple trees. They grow up fast. I'm excited about coppicing them. I'm excited about what potential fruit and wildlife benefits they might have. I also love box elder trees. They don't have as good a quality as wood as the crabapples, but they're still very nice. The smilax is still going this year. Over here I have some black spruce, which I've been trying to grow. It has a very good medicinal sap. Some more silver maples are just fast-growing pioneers here, very fast-growing pioneers. Black cherries, echinacea, of course, from last year. And this is a new one here. It is hickory, so that should do good. Another pioneer tree that I absolutely love that's just growing in here. It's actually a bush, and it's honeysuckle. It grows very fast, has an appealing looking flower, and if you chop and drop it, it just grows straight back. Excellent cover, excellent dynamic accumulator, and will take on most environments. That's one of his biggest things. Cup plant, of course, right there. That's the rose mallow. It's slow at coming up, so more echinacea. St. John's wort, my favorites, these swamp milkweed. Over there is the New England asters, and of course, right there, I trenched it, but that's my stinging nettle. And of course here, these daylilies are much bigger than last year. They're doing good, and I also put in some double daylilies in here, double-flowered daylilies, so we'll see how that does. This part of the hardwood cuttings have been doing excellent. I have grapevines that are doing really good. I actually even have a hops here that took off well. I also have been seeding these with different plants such as fennel, which is Phorianth vulgare, and different annual plants. I've also been trying to get some more of American licorice to grow in here. This right here is probably, you don't know, you can't see that really, but I have some annual leeks. Leeks are growing in there. And then I'm trying to get the American licorice growing, and there's a couple small ones right there. I don't think you can see it. Let me grab something to try and point it out for you. Right here is American licorice plant. So, these are my propagation areas. Lots of asparagus, and they're easier to see this year. They're these ferny ones, which are actually, yes, difficult to see. That's a honeysuckle bush right there, beautiful as ever. Over there I'm creating a mulberry circle to use as a mulch accumulator, and then hopefully doing some interesting stuff with that. I planted black and white mulberry. I'm excited about the white mulberry, because the white mulberry will not have purple poop when the birds eat it. Right here is a skink. Look at him. He's just hanging out here, having a happy day. Bye-bye, bud. Right here's my blue flag iris. They're doing good. Down this row is a bunch of fruit plants, of course. Right here I should make a note that I am trying one big hugel mass pile. Okay, that's the woody core beds or the hugel beds. Alright? And I've planted it with many muskmelon, and I put some alpine strawberries on top of it, the white variety, Yellow Wonder from Oikos. They're excellent. I also put a hybrid willow on top to hopefully hold things together. Did some more melons, have put on some beans, some chickpeas, and otherwise. And a couple weeds have started to colonize here as well. But here's some squash as well. So it's going really good. We're moving really fast on succession here. Elderberries, of course, raspberries. I got some Parmaclane blackberries this year from Direct Gardening. Right there is an excellent rhubarb plant. I also got Japanese knotweed this year, which is a perennial rhubarb. I will show you that later. It is considered invasive by some people, but it is a really good edible. Here is a honeysuckle, blue honeysuckle, very similar to blueberry. And right here, serviceberry, juneberry, juneberry, gerberry, juneberry, serviceberry, juneberry, all of them the same, lots of them. And right here I have some viburnum, some American highbush cranberry. Gooseberries are doing excellent this year. They're just flying. This, I believe, is a cloudberry. It's part of the Rhuhis family. We'll see how that does. Gray, coneflower. I have a lot of sunchokes this year. Violets, of course, they're wonderful greens. Monarda. I love this one here. Excellent stomach cure. Lemon verbena. It's growing back very nicely. It's trying its best out here. I have another plant of it up top. This here is apple mint. It's good. I got that from Oikos. And it has a very nice smell to it. Right here's that yarrow patch that I showed you last fall. We're moving. Right here is Nana Beach Plum, a special variety from Oikos Tree Crops. Supposedly non-masting, that means it fruits every year, and it's supposedly supposed to be very productive very quickly, within like 2 or 3 years. This is my black chokeberry, also called aronia. Right there is a hazel tree, hazelnuts, shrubs that I got just recently. More and more of those gooseberries. I'm going to have a lot of those. And of course, mulberry trees. And these are my wild varieties. Eventually, if they turn out really nice, I'll be able to market them as my own varieties. Here is the Virginia waterleaf, which I adore so much. It's gotten really big this year, twice its size of last year. A lot of the wild variety of strawberries I found, and it has exquisite flowering, so I'm hoping for it to get some fruit. Downy Sweet Sicily. It's a very nice plant. It's herb. Has a decent root to it. Over here is more mulberries. And these gigantic currants I found up in Duluth. I'm not sure exactly what they are. I know they're part of the currant family. This is American spikenard. And right here is some American ginseng, I believe, that I found also up in Duluth. Here is another mulberry, wild variety, my varieties. More of the currants, more of the mints. This is Mentha avens. This is right here Solomon's plume, or a downy Solomon seal. This here is a white mulberry coming back, and we are out of this part of the food forest. On the exterior we have hybrid willows growing, and we also have some more mountain ash and the primocane blackberries and many elderberries. We're just moving, getting our succession going. Also, I very much like this as an annual plant. It is evening primrose, the tall evening primrose variety. It's very good. I enjoy it a lot. Some more hybrid willow. Right here is some lilacs, the baby ones. I put them in last year. So, continuing on. This is a place where I get my soil. It's a big berm. I've put in a bunch of box elders. They just have grown themselves to be wonderful trees very fast, very quickly. Those trees are 4 to 5 years old. This would be their 6th year. Right here is some of the spreading, what I would call Japanese rhubarb, but it's also called Japanese knotweed. So it's not a weed in my consideration, but it's a very good, tasty plant. Right there is a good butternut tree, some more of the honeysuckles, some more of the very fast crabapple trees that just grow up and are excellent successionary plants. They provide shade and cover for younger plants, and in my opinion are just excellent dynamic accumulators. They put off a bunch of offsets, which are helpful as well. So that was inside this forest. This is just more of an ornamental forest. And we're going to walk over to the long run stretch over here. And let's get up here and we'll see a couple other plants. These are some of my wild PJ Jerusalem artichokes, right next to the Japanese knotweed. And over here I have some pink crisp, I believe, Jerusalem artichoke, and then some more right over there. Some more Jerusalem artichoke, which is the pink crisp as well. Going over here, mullein is an excellent beneficial plant. It can be made into an herbal medicinal tea. I have a lot of grapevines just growing along the ground here. They're going to be flowering soon. They're the wild variety of grape, the riverbank grape. This is my nursery. Has several wild American plums of my own variety. Right there I'm going to make a signboard tool shed, which is just almost similar as a billboard, except for you put tools up on it and then put a small roof on it. This is where my perennial ground covers and the prickly pear have been growing, and just hopefully going to be doing really nice. I have quite a few succulents here. This succulent's doing very nice. I like that one. Probably can't see that very well, but there you go. And that's that. This is sort of a deserty raised bed, is what I would call it, I suppose. Has some pineapple weed in there. That is an excellent plant. Going over here, I have several white mulberries. One white mulberry. I got 4 in all this year. One is not doing very well, but the rest are doing quite well. And I got 2 black mulberries. And one is doing well and one is not doing well. There's another white mulberry. Some walnut trees I have growing here. It's excellent just to look up at these box elder trees as they are growing. They're beautiful trees. Another Jerusalem artichoke I have over here, and this one is called, I believe it's Supernova? Yes, Supernova is that name. This is my wild variety of Jerusalem artichoke that someone just gave me. This is some prairie sage, wonderful carminative effects. That means it expels gas from your system. This is a black mulberry growing very fast. It's already about 6 inches tall, which it was only 2 inches before, so now that makes a total of 8 inches tall. Wonderful, wonderful trees of mulberries. Right here is my pumpkin patch. I have a bunch of pumpkins in there. They will grow, and hopefully I won't have to take care of them. There's also squash, Martha Washington, butternut squash, also some of the other variety of squash that escapes me right now. Maples, wonderful and dynamic accumulators. Can cut them back and they will grow back and they will be happy about it. Another one I like is Siberian elm, dynamic accumulator, fast growing tree. Let it grow, cut it back when you want something else. I got 2 of these autumn berries. These are the red autumn berries from Oikos Tree Crops. These ones are supposed to be a specific variety with less astringency. Finally, I got some comfrey. I found it, threw it in the ground, watered it yesterday. I'm really hopeful and it looks like it's coming back, so it's going good, good, good. This, I believe I told you what it was last year. It's a Russian olive. It's not doing too happily, but it's alive. And that is moving through my food forest. Another Japanese knotweed. I have some honey locusts in here. I'm creating a video on cooking their beans. They're an excellent starchy source, pretty sugary. As long as you're using the appropriate variety of honey locusts. Some of them can be toxic. I have a bunch of black locusts I planted just along the tree bank here. Planting on the edges helps trees grow, and they are protected and supported by the above species, which in this case would be red cedar, and they get a good variety of sun and a good variety of other beneficial characteristics by being supported by another familiar species. Mulberries in there. I just continuously am trying to plant more and more. Heading up to this ditch area of this property, I have some European poplar, also called white poplar or silver poplar, some more sunchokes, wild tansy, which is a wonderful medicinal and beautiful smelling plant, and then also I have some wormwood, which is artemisia, and it is a lovely plant. Here's that white poplar. I said it has very silvery undersides of leaves, almost a maple shape to the leaves. It's its own shape, but it has a similar maple shape to its leaf. Coming up here, lilacs, of course, just a lovely ornamental, beautiful smell. They've bloomed for an extremely long time this year, so more of the white poplar. That is going to be a biomass accumulating tree for me. Over there we've planted a bunch of irises, and one of my favorite things right now is I'm creating a hedge, and it's a hedge made out of box elders and mulberries and definitely yellow birches. Super fast growing yellow birches. That's what they're supposed to be. I'm walking by them right now. Hopefully you're seeing them. They're about 5 foot apart each. I'm also putting red oaks in here, silver maples, and hopefully I'll have a very clean-cut hedge where people aren't going to be coming and spying on us and doing crazy stuff like that. I'm also using black cherries because they're extremely successful as successors here. Here's a mulberry, another red oak, another mulberry, black cherry, mulberry, silver maple. One last thing I'd like to show you today is some of the herbs that I've been using and growing. They have very beneficial attributes, and I'd like to share them with you. I'm also trying to grow some Chinese yam. I can't remember exactly the scientific name. It's something batalis. There's some beautiful irises. But that hasn't come up yet, so we'll see if it comes up. The Illinois bundleflower I grew last year has not come up yet either, but I also have ground cherries that haven't come up, so I'm just waiting and seeing what happens. Here's a tiny little herb garden. These have been some of my favorite herbs. Once again, we have the variegated lemon thyme, the verbena, and this is a new one. It is part of the apple mint family, but it is called pineapple mint. And to me, it has a much beautiful, very aromatic, lovely smell. It's just wonderful to me. So I would definitely recommend getting some of that pineapple weed. Other than that, that is the full tour of the food forests and kind of sort of the setup we have here at Forever Pro FPEcology. The fenced-in area is my main test garden, followed by the area near the berm. That's my secondary test garden, and I hope to continue to do more with finding self-replicating plants that help to be support species in creating future fast-tracked succession to extreme productivity. Alright, thank you very much, and I hope to talk to you again soon.